Kahalai Haba Shimi Hashaiba Shima Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. To the Akiam pushing this truth on all four corners of the globe. To the sisters, the Aqua, who are tuning in, listening, and learning. And to the Confusion of Faith brothers tuning in, listening, and learning. To you, I say Shalom. And we know that this 5G system, we in the truth know this 5G system is a precursor to the mark of the beast. And this video was talking about how like Trump was sending out about a whole bunch of tweets about how he wants 5G, 6G, 7G this, 7G that. We know that Apple Card and those electronic online payment methods are a precursor to the mark of the beast. With that fake currency, we know that's usury. We know that a kingdom is supposed to have a set amount of money. It's not supposed to be an endlessly generating system of debt. But we know that the Chinese, the Moabites, are going to push this charagma, this mark of the beast system. They're gonna push it because they're spiritually dead and they walk after Esau, man. They walk after the flesh. They walk after mammon. You know, they walk after that god of money. And it's just like someone was saying yesterday. The brother was saying yesterday. These Moabites, they just they're gods. They're false idols. They're all carnal. Because if they don't see something they ask for, they get. If they don't get it right away, in a physical, tangible form, like if they might pray to a god for like a false idol for a money blessing or some shit. And it's just like, that's carnal, man. They can't see anything spiritual. But I'm going to let the video play and I'm going to go into some scriptures.
The issue, that's what it comes down to. Huawei won't acknowledge this. You have to realize every corporation in China must offer full access to government. Otherwise, they'll be put in jail. So, is there a cyber threat? Yes, but no more so than using any other system. So,
but if Huawei was to expand into the United States, do you think that they would still be able to have that sort of access? The Chinese would actually still be able to be granted that type of access, or would that be pre-negotiated in by the United States, our regulators, for Huawei to come in to make sure that they did not get that same backdoor access to the Chinese?
Whether we negotiate it or not, the Chinese will have backdoor access. We need to negotiate our backdoor access.
This RFID microchip, ESAU, is going to fall on your fucking face. This is the Most High setting you up to fall on your face. Psalms 83, and I'll start at 1. Keep not thou silence, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. And who are the hidden ones? Children of Israel. The crafty counsel of the people, that's NATO, that's the EU, that's all these countries that have representation for for everyone but the children of the Most High. Everybody in the United States, every nation every so-called nation, Chinese, even though we know they Moabites, India, even though we know they Elam, they are represented in the United Nations, except the children of Israel, and that is the crafty counsel. They have said, Psalms 83 verse 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no longer in remembrance. And by that they mean no longer in remembrance in the minds of the children of Israel, but we coming back into remembrance. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation. They have all taken crafty counsel against us, man. And a brother was saying, I think it was yesterday, on a video, King David was coming back, that when we were in captivity with all these other nations, we still had our culture. We still knew who we were. But after 70 AD, that was that great falling away. We were under captivity of Esau, and him and all the other nations, Esau and all the other nations, they conspired to take Israel out of our minds. And that's why they're going down. Point blank, period. 83:5, for they have consulted together. Yes, they have consulted together with one consent. What's that consent? That the name of Israel may no longer be in remembrance. They are confederate against thee. 83 and verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom, red Hebrew Edomites, so-called white man, and the Ishmaelites, the so-called Arabs, and of Moab, so-called Chinese, the Hagarites, Slovakia, I don't know who they are off the top of my head, Gabel, Ammon, so-called Japanese, Amalek, the so-called Jews, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur has also joined them, and they have Hoplan, the children of Lot, Salah. Do unto them as the Mennonites to Sarah, as to Jabin in the book of Kashan, which perished at Ender as they became as dung for the earth. And that's what's going to happen. They're going to be dung of the earth for conspiring against us. Let's type in Moab. Let's see what comes up when we type in Moab. Actually, there are a few good scriptures here. 1 Kings 11 and 33. Because they have forsaken me and worshipped Aseroth, the goddess of the Zidonians, Chemosh, the god of the Moabites, and Melcom, the god of the children of Ammon, and they have not walked in my ways to do that which is right in my eyes, and to keep my statutes and my judgments as did David his father. Moabites, they're just another nation, man. Another nation that they worship idols. And part of that falling away, part of the reason we've fallen away, Kings 11 and 33. It's talking about you 2/3 of wicked jakes. Because you went after them gods. But you see today that these people just walk after Esau. They walk after Mammon. They walk after the god of money. In Matthew 6 and 24, and this is the words of Yahweh Shai talking, because it's written it's written in red. Matthew 6 and 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve the Most High and Mammon. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, or Kakadash. Lord willing, this was an edifying video. And until the next one, I say Shalom. Kwam Yasharala, Wa Abba Babol.